Hi, I'm Phyllis from southernfrugal.com. Today we're going to fix some beef Marsala, and it's a pretty simple thing to cook. I do my own little recipe, but I wanted to point out to you, this is lean ground beef I got at Walmart again, and I'm just anxious to try it because the first one we tried about 2 weeks ago now was absolutely delicious. So the first thing we're going to do is put about a tablespoon or so of oil in the skillet and heat my skillet up. And I've already got the lean ground beef cut into 6 sections. So we're going to make 6 meals out of this. And we're going to have it with rice and some cooked salad. So we want to brown this pretty quick. Get my grease all in there. And all I'm going to do, I've got it cut into 6 sections. So I'm just going to take that out and actually just drop it in like that. I'm not going to mash it down, but just a little bit because it's a little higher on one side. So they're cut into squares. What I'm going to cut all the way through. Oops, y'all couldn't see. There. And I'm going to brown this and leaving the meat loose. In other words, I'm not mashing it down, but just a little bit. I'll go ahead and put just a little bit of salt on it. And we're going to brown it on a pretty high heat. So once this gets brown on both sides, now it probably won't be completely cooked, but that'll be okay. We'll be back. I gotta wash my hands. Alright, my meat has browned. Now it's not done completely, but we're gonna be simmering it. So I'm gonna take that up. Now I added about 2 tablespoons of oil to the skillet earlier. And now I'm going to add another tablespoon. So that'll be a total of 3 tablespoons of oil. And I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of flour. And just a little bit of salt, not much. Just going to lightly brown this flour. Now turn my burner down to medium now. And with this lean meat, of course, not much oil or grease at all cooks out of it. And this is going to be the thickening for the gravy. So I'm going to just stir that around just a little bit. And now I'm going to add, this is a whole bulb of garlic, a small bulb, but cut up in chunks just because we like it that way. So I'm going to add that in. And I'm also going to add in, this is 8 ounces of sliced mushrooms, and these are the really big ones, which we also like. So I'll go ahead and add those in. Just stir that around. We'll probably have to add a little more oil. Another even 2 tablespoons. We want to just ever the slightest bit cook these mushrooms and the garlic. And once we've cooked these just a little bit, I'm going to add 1 whole cup of Marsala wine. This is cooking wine. You just get this at Walmart. Our rice is trying to boil over. So we're going to use 1 cup. And of course this type of cooking wine already has salt in it, so you don't want to add much salt to your flour or your meat. Alright, I can already smell that garlic. Just going to saute these mushrooms just a little bit. Alright, so we also need probably about a half a cup of water. We'll wait and see how much we need. Alright, so now, I'm going to go ahead and turn that heat up just to medium. We're going to go ahead and add the wine. And then that's going to, of course, deglaze the pan. And that flour in there, of course, is what's going to make the, we'll call it a sauce. That will thicken that sauce. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and add at least a half cup of water in there. We might need more. And these mushrooms will finish cooking, and so will the meat. So I'm going to go ahead and add the meat back in now. And this will be simmering for maybe 20 minutes or so, maybe a little longer. We'll just see. And I might need to add more water, so we're just going to put the lid on this and let it simmer. Now, with this, we're going to have a salad that's cooked. So let me get that out and get it washed, and we'll be back. All right, my little sauce has come to a boil, and I can already see that it's going to be pretty thick. So I'm going to go ahead and add another half cup of water to that. Just mix that around a little bit. And then we're going to let that simmer for about 20 minutes on sort of medium heat. All right, so now we're going to wash the salad. What I'm going to do, this is the salad I've been getting at Walmart to go in our smoothies, but I decided to get another pack, and this time I'm going to cook it. And there are directions on the back of it. They say that it will, prep cooks in 3 minutes. So this is spinach and kale, baby spinach and kale. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So we'll be back as soon as I get this washed again. What I'm going to do is just open the bag and actually run water in the bag and wash it that way. So we'll be back. Okay, I decided to slice up some of the ginger gold apples. Going to have those for dessert. And the only thing I put in there was a little bit of water, butter, and brown sugar. So that's going to be our dessert. The beef Marsala is certainly ready now. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that burner off. Now I've got my burner on medium in this pot, and this is what we're going to cook the greens in. Now the directions on the bag said they would cook in 3 minutes. So I've got about a tablespoon or so of olive oil in the pot. I'm just going to dump the greens in. Mash them down a little bit. So I guess because the spinach, of course, has a lot of water in it, and I think that it's going to really kind of steam in its own juice, probably. So anyway, so now we're going to put a little salt in there. Put the lid on it and just let it steam for about 3 minutes is what the directions said. That sounded good to me. Alright, so our apples are done. The rice is done. Sorry for the jiggling. And certainly the beef Marsala is done, ready in about 30-minute meal probably. All right, so we'll be back, and I'll show you what the greens look like after 3 minutes. So we'll be back. All right, there's what the greens look like after 3 minutes, and they're certainly tender. So everything's ready. We're going to go ahead and plate this up and get the tea ready, and we'll be back and show you what it looks like on the plate. And by the way, I tasted a little sliver of the meat. It's delicious again. So Walmart hamburger, the 96% lean, I can just tell you is delicious. So, all right, we'll be back in a minute when I get this up on the plates. Okay, we are ready to eat our lunch. Beef Marsala, it's got mushrooms and little chunks of garlic, whole garlic. Some sliced tomatoes from the ones we got at the farmer's market. Apples from North Carolina. These are ginger gold. And some of the spinach and kale, baby spinach and kale. And it did only take 3 minutes to cook that, but I did add about 1/4 of a cup of water to it I felt like it needed more steam. All right, and we've got our iced tea ready. And there are the little containers I'm going to use to freeze 4 meals from this. The only thing, we won't put apples in it, but there will be the beef, the greens, and of course the rice. All right, we will see y'all next time. We're going to eat our lunch now. See you next time.